everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be drawing in this little sketchbook that I made, and I am going to be drawing some animals that I found, like reference photos that I found on Pinterest. So I have my iPad right here with some photos on it, and I'm using my purple cold erase pencil today. So I'm going to start on this page here. So let's get started drawing these animals. Okay, so the first animal I have pulled up on my iPad is this little deer. His head is a little tilted to the side. Looks so cute. Sorry, I'm usually really quiet whenever I draw because I'm focusing, but I wanted to draw and talk at the same time, so we shall see if this actually works out for me. I don't know. I can't tell where the nose is. It's somewhere around here. I might have it too short. I don't know. We'll just lightly sketch in right there. I love the ears. They're so cute. These little deers are so cute. Okay, let's try this side. This ear's a little bit lower than this one. I'm gonna lighten up these sketch line, not sketch line. I'm gonna lighten up these construction lines just a little. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to make it a little bit darker. I know it's hard for the camera to pick up whenever I draw too lightly. Makes it harder for me to erase though, but that's okay. This is just supposed to be a quick sketch. And it's supposed to be fun, nothing too serious, so... Now, the eye... They have big, beautiful eyes. These little baby deer, their eyes just look so big and brown and beautiful. I love it. I'm trying to focus on proportions for this animal, but I don't know if I've ever drawn a deer before. I might have, I can't remember. But this is something that's challenging for me. Putting the facial features in the right place, especially at this angle. These like 3/4 views, these are difficult for me. So I'm trying to really focus. I think the nose should be, let's see, here's the eye. I feel like it's here and it goes out a little ways maybe. This eye, I think the nose is over here somewhere. Kind of shades back in that direction. Its little mouth, it goes this way. Let's see. This looks kind of silly. Maybe if I draw on the bottom lip it won't look as silly. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous drawing on camera because because you can see all my mistakes and you can see that I am not very good at proportions. But I want to become more confident drawing and also more confident sharing my art. So this is something that I want to try. Now the nose, this one has an interesting shape. It does kind of come to like a triangle right at the mouth here, but I think I drew it at a weird angle. I'm gonna erase it and try again. Let's try again. think I'm angling it too much. I think I see what I'm doing wrong. So the angle of the eyes is here, so I think the angle of the mouth would be like that. And so the angle of the chin would be like this, maybe? And then the top of the nose kind of maybe like here-ish. Now it is circular. It does kind of wrap around here. I'm gonna bring this mouth line down just a tad, because it kind of wraps. So it kind of goes down and then it goes back up a little bit here on the side, like that. Okay. I'm gonna leave this spot here as like a highlight for the nose. Okay, let's move to the eyes. I'm just gonna skip that a little bit. There's a highlight right in here. I'm gonna add a highlight on this side. And then we can shade this in. It seems to get darker on the bottom here. And then of course darker under the eyelashes here. And then we'll move over to this side. This one is a little different. This one is almost all in shadow. I think I might have put the eye too far to the left, so I'm gonna move it a little bit. Let's put it here maybe. Now, this eye is nice and round, but this eye is not. This eye is a lot smaller because of the angle that we're looking at it. And the highlight is also a lot smaller. So I'm going to move like this, move it like that. Let me add some more definition to this one. This eye it has like a line that comes down. So I'm going to try to add that in. And then this one you can kind of see it a little bit. I'm going to just add in the shading for the nose just so I can kind of separate it from what I'm seeing. The chin is white, but it is in shadow, so I maybe don't want it that dark. Lighten that up just a little bit. And there we are. And then we'll add some shading right here at the lip. And of course the nose, because the nose is black, so we want to make that just a little bit darker than this shadow. The part on top is a little lighter because it's not in shadow. So, and then we can kind of fade it out a little bit as it goes up. Fade it out. There you go. It's kind of looking like a chihuahua. All right, I'm gonna erase these construction lines. When I first saw this photo, I was like, oh yeah, cute deer, I'm gonna draw that. It'll be easy. It's actually not easy, it's difficult. This part here is like a dark brown color, but it's actually in the light. It's not in a shadow. So I'm not quite sure what to do there. Maybe give it an impression that it's darker. I don't know. We'll come back to that. The ears are pink on the inside, and they have some white hairs. I'm just kind of try to give it a little bit of depth, but I'm not going to shade it all. Let's just add something there. And in here, right there. That. Now let's go to this ear here. Let's see, this one is kind of similar. I think this one's a little bit more in shadow than that other one was. This one, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think I made this little line here where the ear folds, I think it's too big. So we're gonna bring that back a little ways, maybe to here. Okay, this one also has the white fur. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my blue, ultramarine blue. I was looking for my indigo blue, but I can't find it. So I'm gonna use this one, and I'm just gonna try to make it a little darker. I feel like you can't really see it on camera, so I'm gonna try my best to add in some shading around the edges. I'm not really looking at the reference anymore. I'm just kind of doing what I like, what I think looks good. I think you are able to see it a little bit better now that I've added this blue in. But hopefully you can see what I'm talking about this nose. I can't seem to get it right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But maybe I'm just, I don't know maybe I'm adding too many details. I don't know. I do know that this fades out though as it go up. I think maybe I have the proportions of it wrong. Because I feel like mine is too circular, not long enough, I guess. I don't know. It's okay though. That's why I have a sketchbook, is so I can improve, right? This is why we have sketchbooks. Okay, let me bring this down. And this one on this side. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here and change to a different animal. So, I just can't stop. What is wrong with me? I'm just gonna add a little bit of purple. Okay, we're gonna stop there. I want to move on to the next one, so. Okay, so now I have this image of a raccoon. And he has a lot of fur. And I am not good with fur. I always make it look so bad. I think my biggest problem is that I go too detailed, or I focus too much on the fur details. That's what I think my problem is, so let's practice. I'm trying to get like the outline shape, like the envelope shape of his head. I can see that it's like flat on top here. And it has like where the ears are, it's a little flat here and here. And then it kind of rounds out. And I want to draw the center line because I think I'm actually drawing him off center right now. So let's start there. His nose, maybe here. I might have to move that in a second. I'm not sure. But his eyes are very close together. I never noticed how close their eyes are together. So this nose is really small. Like this part here is just like the muzzle part. The nose is even inside of that somewhere. Maybe there. It's pretty low down, I think. And then it kind of follows the same shape as the muzzle. Like that, maybe. And his eyes are like, this is too tall. His nose, like once you have the actual nose in, it starts coming back out in like an upside down triangle. It goes into like the muzzle area here. So it looks like I made the muzzle a little too small. And then where this stuff goes up, there's one that comes down right above it. It's like a white patch that dips down and it goes over like a, I don't know what you would call this shape. I wanted to say like a check mark, but it's like upside down. And then it does the same on this side. So it's basically right above it. It goes up and kind of at an angle above the eye, and then this goes down this way. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, this side needs to go down a little more, I think. And then this side maybe goes down this way. Like that. And all of that is above the eye. And this black line just keeps going up. From the nose all the way up. It just goes up. Now the eye is right, looks like it's right really close to this. But I'm wondering if I made that too wide. I might have made that too wide. So let me bring it back a little bit. Like that, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. I feel like I have too much going on. So I'm just gonna lightly erase some of this and redraw it. See if that helps. I feel like I'm getting lost in my lines a little bit. I'm gonna keep this dark. And then the mouth was right below it here. This outside edge is all fur. Just very light, fuzzy looking fur. So I'm gonna have to draw that in later. But for now, I'm gonna keep the lines very light. And then I'm trying to decide the distance here. If I did it like, I feel like this is a pretty good one. And then it goes up and then it goes down like that. Kind of got that shape a little bit. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm trying to make sure they're even. So I am trying to judge those distances, but I might not be doing a very good job at it. And then this goes down. And I'm also trying to keep an eye on the distance here, because this does kind of like it has like a loop. Not a loop, what am I thinking of? What's the word? Like a rounded edge right here. But this one might be too big. I might need to move this one up actually, like that. Let me erase the bottom one. Okay, there we go. And then his little eyes are right here, right above this area here. I want to make sure they're even, because this is pretty much a straight on portrait of this animal. So if his nose goes this way, if his nose is like that, then his eyes will be the same. They're parallel. That looks pretty parallel to me. So this eye needs to come down a little bit. And then this one. There's some white in his eye. Let me get my eraser. Okay, so right on the edge here, there's some white in his eye that I didn't leave. So it's kind of too dark. See if I can fix it. I'm gonna have to go in with like a gel pen or something, because this is supposed to be white right around the edge. Oh well, let's move on. Let's see. I think this is a pretty good distance for the ears, so I'm gonna leave this here, and then his ears start right above his eye, like around here and here, and they end pretty much at this, like maybe just slightly over. Is it the same on this side? I feel like it's a little bit further on this side. So let's see. And they are basically the same height. So trying to go right there. Bringing his cheeks out a little bit more. His cheeks come out very far. There we go. And his little chin. Can barely see it. Okay, it's pretty cartoonish. I like his little ear hairs, like they kind of curve. Like the deer have like very straight ones. This one's really curved. I like it. It looks really cute, like a teddy bear. And I'm going to give the impression of fur along the edges, so I'm trying not to make it... Actually, what might be best is if I lighten the outside edges of my raccoon, then maybe it will look better, like it's not a straight line. The fur seems to be going up in a pointed direction, so we'll keep going with that. And the hairs are not very long. These ones right here in the center of the ear, these ones are kind of long, but the ones right here on the edge of the ear, they don't seem to be very long. I'm going to try to lighten pressure as I go out away from the inner ear. Now the whole ear needs to be lightened or darkened a little bit. I'm going to have to lighten that with my eraser. It's too dark. Okay, that's good. Now, everything that was above here-ish is in part of the black part of his fur. I'm trying to shade in the direction that I see his fur going. But I do think one thing that will help is if I kind of remove these lines that I have, because the lines tend to give it a very cartoony look. And if I can lighten those up, maybe it won't look as cartoony. I'm just trying to keep the lines going in the right direction, the direction that his fur is growing. And I'm doing it very lightly right now. As we move around his eye, they kind of get a little bit more flat until they're kind of pointing down a little ways, like this. And then they're pointing at his ear. Trying to see where the white is. Okay, this part here is white. I'm going to erase the line because it is a little bit too harsh. And we'll shade this in. Keep it in the same direction. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with my blue pencil again and just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna darken some areas, I think. Around the eye. Like right above the eye, right here. This needs a little bit bigger area of blackness, I think. Looks like he's angry. So I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, see if that helps. Because it's not supposed to be an angry raccoon. Okay, so back looking at my reference, I see that the nose should probably be shaded on the bottom here and the lips here. Now, I want to look at these eyes. I think I made my eyes too big, but I don't know if I can fix it at this stage. So, let's see. I'm trying to draw little reference points for where I think the eye, the corners of the eyes are, but I feel like I noticed it too late, so it might be too late to fix it. Okay. I'm gonna just draw the line for the eye, like, and we'll just see what that looks like, because this one might be no hope kind of thing. That's okay though. I definitely made the eyes too big. They look too like, I think I made them like too almond shape maybe? Too much like human eyes maybe? So I need to work on that. But one thing I can fix is this, I think I can fix this white line that's supposed to be there. Okay, let's see. Is this looking any better? Because I don't know. Oh well. I'm trying not to darken too much because I can't really, I don't know. I don't want to go too dark, but at the same time, I do think that it needs a little bit different, something different. So I'm going to attempt the ears next. Let me just add some shading in here. Okay, let's look at these ears now. The ear is basically black on the inside, and it has little white hairs around it. So I'm gonna lightly shade it just to give the hint that they're not, you know, white ears. And then we can add in the darkness again. So right in here, and then those long hairs that I saw earlier, those are white. So I'm trying to draw in between them, like give the impression that the black is going behind the white, but so I want to darken also this little strip that goes right in the middle of his face, because it is darker than everything else on his face. Well, not on his face, but on like this part of his face. It kind of gets a little bit bigger as it goes back here. The hairs in front of his ears are very long. I just noticed this right here. Back to the purple, adding in some shadows here. And here, because this isn't pure white, this is actually like a gray, like a whitish gray color. So just want to add some color there. But I think that's it. I think I'm going to stop here for this one. I don't like the way I drew the eyes. It just feels, I don't know if it's like too human. I don't know exactly what I did wrong, but it doesn't look right. Something's wrong. Like it looks alien almost, like a creature that you'd find on another planet. Okay. Let's go to the next animal. Okay, so this one is, I don't know what kind of animal this is. It kind of looks like a meerkat, but it looks like it would be in the snow. I don't even know if this is a real animal or if this is like an AI, image. So I don't know. But he's standing up on his legs, like his back legs, with his arms. Well, the arms are pretty far down, like here-ish somewhere. Actually, I think I'm making him too small, but that's okay. Let's see, maybe here. I don't want to draw the whole animal. Just trying to find. Does it even have the picture of the whole? Oh, it does. Maybe we will draw it. Yeah, he's definitely standing in snow. I can't see this leg because it's in the snow. But this one has a little foot popping out here. I think this is an AI image. Now that I'm looking at it, I kind of get the impression it is. And it has a little tail that goes this way, which is also like buried in the snow. I can't tell if it's fuzzy or not. It's so blurry, I don't know. But his little hands, they're so cute. They have like like the little paws. It goes in a little bit. It kind of reminds me of a, what is this? What are they called? Like an otter. Except for I can see that it's not an otter, but the little hands kind of remind me of it. Maybe it's like a ferret or something. I don't know what kind of animal this is. Sorry. I probably went too detailed too soon on the hands, because what if I need to redo his body? So oopsie. Okay, let's go back to the face. He's looking off in this direction with a little ear here, and over here is a really tiny ear. I can barely see it. His eyes are pretty big, and he has a little nose that's probably the same size as his eyes. Let's focus on making sure I have everything where I need it to be. His chin kind of goes down like this. And this part of his mouth, it kind of disappears into his fur, like it goes around and then it just kind of goes off. I'm going to actually try to not put so much line in it, because I think that's my problem, is I do too many lines. I need to start doing like this kind of motion, like flicking motion when I'm drawing animals, because I think the lines are really making it more of a cartoony, you know, not fur texture. So, and I can see that this side of his face is in shadow. Okay, I can see that this whole side of his body, like even this side of his arm, but everything like from here over is in shadow. And I'm going to try to make the pencil strokes go in the direction of the fur. Okay, so I think I've gone as far as I can on the purple. I'm going to try to come in with some deeper shadows with this blue again. I can definitely tell that I need more practice with drawing fur. I've known that for a while though, so it's not surprising to me. And also, like, it's easier for me to draw whenever I'm not filming. I feel like I can take as much time as I want to really like dig in and refine what it is that I'm trying to do. But whenever I am filming, I feel like I need to kind of do it quickly, because my card is going to fill up with footage, and then I have to edit all that footage, and you guys will get bored of watching all the footage. So I'm not working at like my normal pace right now. Normally I'm much slower whenever I draw, and I'm really trying to like analyze proportions, and I'm really trying to figure out shadows. Shadows are like one of my things that I really look for, is because it helps me, it's kind of like a roadmap. It helps me find where the features go. But I am working a lot faster than I'm used to, but that's something that I wanted to improve on anyway, was trying to become faster at making art. So this is a win-win for me, I think, because I'm getting to make videos for you guys. I'm getting to practice different, you know, whatever it is I want to practice. Like today I wanted to practice animals, animal fur. And also I get to practice getting a little bit faster. Not spending so much time on one drawing, you know, like kind of having the thoughts, okay, well, you know, it's time to move on. You've spent enough time on this one, let's move on. So the perfectionist part of me can just keep going over and over and over the same thing, trying to refine it. And sometimes I feel like that is not helpful. Sometimes it is helpful, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it just kind of, it's almost like procrastinating a little bit, you know, where like you just want to keep working on the same thing. You don't want to start something new kind of feeling. I would really like to take a class of find an artist who does draw animals really well, the way that I like them, like the way that the style that I like to see them drawn, and like take a class and just see how in the world do they show all these little fur details without actually drawing all the little fur details. Like, how do you do that? I don't know. It's definitely a skill, something that I need to spend more time trying. There's some really good artists out there who draw, who they don't even like, it's not even like realistic. It's like semi-realism. And they just do such a good job. And I'm always just so in awe of them. Okay, so I'm just gonna add some color to the background. I've seen some artists do this where it, like, they add like watercolor or some other, like maybe markers or something to the background, and it just kind of, I don't know, looks really good on their paper, like on their sketchbook paper. So I kind of want to do that. I chose orange. I feel like it would go good with blue and purple. And I'm doing just a really light wash of it right now. I'm not sure if I'll go in later with some more, but right now I just want to do this. I wanted to put one more animal here, but I kind of ran out of time. Since I'm doing this video, like it's not a voiceover, I'm actually talking while drawing. I needed to have some peace and quiet at the house so that you don't hear all the noise in the background. And now, you know, my family is home. They came home from the store. And so there's a lot of noise back in the background right now. So I'm having to end the video a little bit early, which is okay. Yeah, I really like how that looks with the orange in the background. That looks great. I'm gonna have to start doing this more often with my sketchbooks. This is just regular drawing paper, by the way. So this is gonna warp really badly. I'm using watercolor on like normal drawing paper. This is just, I made this sketchbook myself with like some, you know, some printed paper. Like, what is it called? It's not printed paper. It's like, oh, I can't think of the word. But you can buy like different pattern paper. That's the word, pattern paper. And then I just added some regular drawing paper in it and stapled it together. Very easy. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. But overall, I am pretty happy with the progress I made today. It's still wet, but it looks pretty good. I'm gonna add in one here, and if I do, I'll show like the final picture of like what I ended up adding here, but it'll have to be at a later time because, yeah, like I said, I have to end the video now. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you like this style of video, and please let me know if you do. I can do more of this kind of draw with me style where I'm talking. It's not a voiceover, but I'm actually talking while drawing. So let me know what you think. And if there's anything you'd like to see me draw in the future, just leave your suggestions in the comments. Maybe I'll choose it, I'm not sure, but I would love to hear what you guys think. So yeah, let me know. And I just want to say again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!